I left college, that was 2012, PC Kinyanjui Technical Training College.
Which college?
PC Kinyanjui Technical, that is in Dagoret, South. So I looked for a job like any other person. I never found none, but I went to Mjengo. So I did Mjengo for around since 2012 to 2015, April, when I had done a certain internship at Air Insurance. I had forgot about everything employment, so I was called back. There is a certain opportunity, but we pay 500 a day. Will you accept it? So I compared with the pay and the non-financial benefits I was getting from the other side. So I managed just to say, let me go back to Air Insurance. So after I worked the entire 2016, 2017 I was offered a contract, and I was being paid around 20,000. After deduction, I would remain with 17 to 16,000. So I had another plan, and I said, this is another plan. What type of business can I do? I wrote down 4 types of businesses. Cyber, another one I had to venture into farming, vegetable farming, fast foods, and another one was transport, to buy a motorbike. So the only option I had is to, I looked around Nairobi and I saw people liked eating a lot. So I ventured into fast foods, and I opened a small cafe fast food restaurant where I started with mandazi. I graduated slowly to chips, to chicken, smoky sausages, until the time I opened a butcher. And during the opening of the butcher, that was in 2018, August. The butcher went on smoothly, very well. The business now had boomed. But quite unfortunate that when Corona came and the president ordered, by that time, all the hospitality industry to close, that is when I found our greatest setback that I'll never forget. But too, it taught me a lesson. After that, I had to run the business 2019, 2020, and I saw the rent arrears were increasing. So I had to call the landlord and talk to him. And I told him, I don't have money to pay you, but I have this idea. Would you mind looking for someone? We sell this business, or I look for one. So he told me, let me look for one. And I said, well, if I too get another, I'll do the same. So what he did, he found, and I thank God it was my neighbor's shop that took the business. So we bargained. I sold the business at a low cost, 110,000, but I was expecting over 400,000. But with the situation it was in, I had to pick that. So I had to pay all the arrears I had, the debts I had to the people I was picking goods, and the rent arrears. I remained with a little money. I came here to Migori with less than 30,000. And since I had a dream of rearing turkeys, that was last year, February. I came on 25th February. I started looking for turkeys. Most of the people were convincing me, look for hens to rear chicken. I told them, no, I don't want chicken, I only want turkeys. So we looked for turkeys. The funny thing I found that turkeys were rare to find them in this region. Until a certain man connected me to a farmer in Nyatike. From it is a long journey. That is where I had to I found 4 turkeys, and I came with him. That was on 5th March. And I remember I prayed to God, now do not shame me. This is the only part now I can survive. And God heard my cry. He gave me the grace to go. And the journey was not easy. As people might think, was it a bed of rose flowers? I struggled with the birds. But the good thing I loved was about the meal, so I could not spend a lot. I would graze the birds as if I was grazing cows or sheep until evening. and God gradually blessed me with he started laying eggs in April. So that is when I started dominate. I would sell eggs and buy food. As we continued, they hatched into young ones. I will divide the chicks and say I will sell this because that time I had 3 laying eggs and I gave them eggs 3. So I gave them 12 each. And when I gave them, surprising to turkeys, they hatch all the eggs 100% sure, 100%. So I had 36 chicks and I collaborated and said I will collaborate with whoever will help me. So I have a cousin of mine who works in Migori. He will pick some green vegetables, skumas, bring for me, cut them into pieces. Until to such a time when they hatched, that was in May, and May, June, July, I had a total of 40 because 36 plus 4, I had 40. So I sold half of them by last year, July. I sold half. I remained with the 20. The 20 I reared till to a point that now I had more male than female because I had 9 female, males were more. So what I did, I invested majorly in the female ones. I will buy maize, give them food to lay more eggs because I looked and I knew the future was not easy, but I had to persevere. So after I sold and the 9s, now the 9 were laying eggs, I gave them each 10 eggs. The remaining eggs I had to sell because they lay 17 to 23. So once I sold the eggs, I was now able to feed the male one and the chicks were coming. Once they hatched, I had a total of 77 turkeys now, the chick ones. So I sold the chick ones and I remained with the 20. So what I did 20, I said I will not sell till this year April when I said I will not be selling. And I invested in the other 20 because when I sold, I never knew the people were selling to. Some will pick these chicks and think that you've given them male and a female. To your surprise, you will find somebody telling you, you gave me both male and both female. That was an advantage. So if I found somebody I gave all the female, I'll tell him, give me 1 female, and I give you 1 male free. That is what I did. So I found that ratio was to come to 40. So I had 20 females and now 20 males. But the males were more because other people had to bring me other males. And I will tell them, now wait for the next season. When they hatch, I'll give you back a female. And since your honest is the key to success and you want money, that is what you did. So I had to travel to Nairobi to a certain hotel. And I went to 3 hotels, big ones. Only I found one and I was told, would you mind bringing us turkey meat? So I was told, yeah, I have. The first question I asked, would you mind buying turkey birds? I have them, so many. So I was told, yes, but we have to see the pictures. I gave them via phone, so they looked at them and they never believed at first. So they gave me a person to come with him on the farm. So when he came, he immediately called the procurement officer. I've seen the birds and they are many. So what I believed it was through God. He immediately told me, now, just pack 6. I go with them. Then, so you know the offices. You know everywhere. You will come for your payment. Then I told him, per kg, I'll sell you at 800 shillings. This is because there's a certain Meru guy. I met him that same day seated there. And he was delivering turkey there. So he told me, I asked him, how much do you sell here? He told me 800 per kg. I never answered and I never talked to him again. I just kept quiet and said, this is another opportunity. So I told that guy, just give me 800 per kg. So he went and he measured everything. I trusted him. So that time I remember I received a check of 43,000, and I imagine what I invested back here. Because I told him, if you give me what I can just use to push the birds go and the farm grow bigger, I'll appreciate. So he came for the other birds, and he gave me another money. And that money, the ones he gave me, that small shop you see there, I was constructing to ensure it comes to business. I've invested there. And the other money I'm using to feed the chicks. And as too, I'm still keeping in touch with him because I know he promised me November he needs other birds, male turkeys. So that is an opportunity that I'll never let it go. But beside the hotel, I don't venture only on hotels. I encourage other youths like myself to venture into turkey farming, because it is a business that has got high productivity so long as you enhance the major qualities, suffering, which gives you the patience that will give you suffering. And the suffering will give you hope, and the hope will give you faith. And faith will give you final healing. So that is another important area I've seen.